This video will be a quick explanation of some of the common sense rules of sword safety while practicing. First and foremost, let me say, it is extremely strongly recommended that you do not use a steel sword while practicing. Why? First of all, most of the steel swords available for purchase are of poor quality. They could easily break, hurting you or hurting others around you while you practice. Secondly, bear in mind that in some places, some states, there are laws against blades longer than a certain length. And in all states, if you happen to be practicing outside with a steel sword, you might very well have the cops called on you because people freak out when they see a steel sword being swung around. For the main reasons of safety, legality, and not freaking people out, we strongly recommend that you practice with a wooden sword. Wooden swords maintain the accurate shape of a proper sword. They provide good balance, and they are a bit heavier than bamboo or foam. If you cannot get access to a wooden sword, or if you already have a bamboo sword, bamboo swords are perfectly acceptable. However, keep in mind that wooden sword practice and bamboo sword practice should be done when you are not facing a person. Wooden swords can break bones. Bamboo swords won't break bones, but they could easily cause a concussion on somebody who's not wearing proper armor. And EC Sword Sport does not use heavy-duty armor like Kendo does. If you're going to be doing any practice with a person, such as the drill practice that come in later videos on this channel, we require that you wear proper foam headgear with a plastic face shield and use a foam sword. That way, even the probability of a bruise is fairly low. As a matter of practice areas, keep in mind that to practice this martial art, either of these martial arts, Heilongomdo or EC Sword Sport, you need a lot of space, especially above you. It is very unlikely that you have any space in your home or apartment that is big enough to practice safely. If you can get space at your local gym or community center, please make sure you ask permission and tell them what you'll be practicing. If you live in a suburban or rural area, you probably have the opportunity to go outside and practice. Make sure that if it's on your private property, the area is clear of rocks, and if it is on public or semi-public property, people are aware, you have permission, and you are far enough away that you won't risk any accidents. If you live in an urban area and you do not have a sufficiently large indoor area or access to enough space outside to practice safely with a sword, you may be stuck. You may have to go through practice without a sword. At the very least, you can get some good muscle memory practice in, even if you're not actually holding a sword. Finally, please, 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 always stretch and check your area every time before you start practicing. Stretching prevents muscle injury that can range from an annoying pulled muscle all the way up to an extremely damaging torn muscle. Checking the area to make sure that there are no animals or people around that can be hurt, minimize the risk of anyone being injured. We encourage you to practice safely and to have fun with the martial arts, but we must always be considerate of those around us as well. So I wish you good practice, safe practice,